Ladies and gentlemen, it is a very exciting week in the world of Call of Duty. If Black Ops Cold War multiplayer gameplay wasn't enough, looks like something huge is happening in Warzone this week involving the nuclear warhead. On this channel, we love to dive into everything Easter egg related with Warzone. With the combination of the warhead and recently opening Bunker 10 with the rocket, looks like this week is going to be the week where we're going to see something happen with the nuke. And we're going to explain exactly how and why we know this in this video. So if you guys are excited for this, be sure to strap in, drop the video a like, and subscribe so you don't miss out. So on Wednesday, I'll be streaming the gameplay reveal of multiplayer, so you won't want to miss out. Just before we dive into things, this video is sponsored by Elgato. If you want to check out their amazing products, there is a link in the description. So what exactly is going on here? Well, Treyarch and Activision sent some very sneaky envelopes in the post to certain multiplayer creators in the past few days. This is what it looks like, courtesy of InkSlasher, so big shout out to him. It's a grey envelope that looks straight out of Black Ops 1. It's very government looking, where the envelope has the Defense Department official document stamp on it, and the contents of it are very government-esque as well. You have this running theme of this Defense Department official document stamp and logo, which could be important in the lore of Black Ops Cold War, but we also get a propaganda poster of Sergeant Frank Woods posing for the multiplayer reveal event, which funnily enough is a parody of the Obama Hope poster during his election campaign. But the most elusive and interesting thing in this package is a little black envelope, which on the front has the World Oval logo, the Call of Duty logo saying authorized personnel only, sensitive information, with a nuclear symbol on the bottom right. And inside of it is a black card. Turning it over reveals a card with a nuclear warhead launch code sequence. Yeah, that's right. Clear as day, it's a card with a nuclear launch code sequence of numbers on it. Like, what the heck is this, man? You can see that there's details of the mass and diameter of this warhead, which has been blacked out, but then we got measurements of its length with tail fairing and the length without, as well as what its name of it is, which has been slightly redacted, and then its blast yield, which is 17 kilotons and 210 kilotons with fusion. Like, thinking logically in the world of Call of Duty, this can only make sense with Warzone. It cannot make sense for anything else, and this was all tied to packages linked to the multiplayer reveal. So putting 2 and 2 together, a Warzone event may take place on Wednesday during, before, or after the multiplayer reveal that is tied completely to this nuclear warhead launch sequence and these codes. Now, I've seen several people receive these cards, and the code is exactly the same. It's a 13-digit code. And what's even more insane is, whilst making this video, a user on Geeky Pastimes' Discord discovered a website that's selling Cold War merchandise, including a top secret documents notebook, which has this nuclear code on it as well. The description says, coordinates, secret messages, or enemy movements. Everything in this notebook screams for secrecy, so it's for everyday use. Besides blank pages, there is of course blackened government information from the agent using this book, so don't get caught. Looking at more detail of that page, you can see the launch code there in the top right, and the identity and codename of this user is Alex Mason. We know it is for a fact because he was born in Fairbanks, Alaska, and this also shows the person's place of birth matches that. So looking a bit more in detail, we can see the weight of this launcher and the missile guidance, as well as an operation redacted name, the target, its location, and the time in seconds that it will be launched. And it says the time of flight varies 1 to 1 and 1/2 seconds depending on the model of the missile employed. So right there is two different things where we've seen this code on. And like I said, has to be tied to the multiplayer event, otherwise why would people receive them? And I have a few theories about what we can do with this code and how exactly we can use it for the nuclear warhead inside of Warzone. Now, in Warzone, of course, during the first Pawn Takes Pawn Easter egg, we got codes every day that unlocked new shacks that had a keypad on it. But the unfortunate thing is those are 8-digit long codes, so it won't work for a keypad in one of the bunkers that we previously opened or anything similar to that in the Warzone map. That's not what we are going to do. However, there is a lot of things in Bunker 11 that don't really make sense that we do every time we go in, and things could change in there to allow us to use this code. For example, we have to reset a computer, and we do that and nothing really ever happens once we've reset it. Perhaps once the time is right, we reset that computer and we can actually interact with it and type in this code to initiate a launch sequence. There's so many things in Bunker 11 that don't really make sense. Like there's a room where the clock counts down from 10 to 0, but it always keeps resetting on 2. We have to press a big shiny red button to reveal the nuclear warhead, and nothing else really happens. In Bunker 10, we can't do anything besides stare up and look at this massive rocket which is ready to launch. And apparently that rocket specifically is a nuclear intercontinental ballistic missile, which normally is used as a vessel to carry explosive payloads, including nukes, to their targets. On August 26, 1957, the Russians successfully tested their first intercontinental ballistic missile. And it's quite clear to see in Warzone that this is a Russian missile that's in Bunker 10. And what's even more mad is the rocket matches specifically to one called the Vostok 1, which was the first spacecraft to carry a human into space. And that can't be a coincidence. They have very clearly went with a specific rocket design for a purpose. And if I was a guessing man, I would say that come Wednesday, we'd have to go into Bunker 10 and buy this rocket. We have the launch codes now to launch it. I've seen a few images of other people that have received these cards, and the code is exactly the same. So whilst I personally haven't received the code, we all know what the code is now, so you can keep this noted down somewhere and know that whenever the time comes, we have the code that will be used to launch this rocket. And part of me feels as well that this isn't going to be something we directly do in Warzone. It could be another event, just like we had with the Know Your History event, and there has been rumors that there's at least 2 more events that are going to happen in Warzone before Black Ops Cold War. One is going to be the map change itself, which this could be tied to, but I feel it's definitely a little bit early for the map to change considering the game's not out for another 2 months. And the other is what we spoke about on the channel last week, which is a rumored zombies in Warzone mode. Perhaps this is the first part of a very long quest before we get to that event, which will coincide with the map change. But like I said, there would be no reason why these were being sent out now to tie with the multiplayer reveal on Wednesday if it wasn't relevant for Wednesday, which I'm super excited about. Now, another theory I have is that this could be tied to Pawn Takes Pawn and could be a code perhaps for what we put into the safe, as we know that is one of the last things that hasn't yet been used on the new portion of the website. We solved the Zork Easter egg and the postcard, so if you guys have been receiving any in the post for playing Zork and putting in your mailing address, I've covered that entire Easter egg as that just got solved and I uploaded a video on that last night. But I feel this will definitely have something involving the website again, because it started with teasers that dropped us into Warzone, and this feels like the same sort of territory. There's going to be something where we input this code onto the website and it's going to maybe initiate something in Warzone itself that we're going to have to go to as a live event. I've seen people talking about how the dimensions of this nuclear warhead on the card doesn't match the rocket inside of the Bunker 10 and could be something entirely different. This could be something involving the stadium, perhaps a rocket hidden under the stadium. Who knows? I mean, when you think about it, the stadium has a perfect hole in the roof for this intercontinental ballistic missile to just fly right through the cracks and destroy something. And something that I've also just realized as well is the model of the rocket that we have in the bunker matches exactly to the rocket in the Ascension Zombies map, as well as on the launch multiplayer map and in the mission executive order. Like, these details aren't there for the sake of it. They're definitely there for continuity and of course to get our heads buzzing. As soon as we learn more, I'll be sure to update you guys here on the channel. But thank you so much for watching. You should have subscribed, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, join the Discord, and I'll catch you for another one very soon.